it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, your suet puddin', and today I am going to see if the Beauty Bay Firey 2.0 palette is drag queen approved. Now, you know I'm a whore for the Beauty Bay. I love the big palettes. I just did the Smoky Palette. It's gorgeous. I have, I think, almost every palette from Beauty Bay that I want. There are a couple I don't have, and that's okay. But this one was sent to me by Martha Grunwald and Chloe Demure from Save the Victory Roll on YouTube for my birthday. They sent me the Smoky Palette as well as this one. And this is, let me just show you here without blinding you, as advertised, Firey. Now the thing I love about this palette is not only are these yellows really good, this one here is much more well, this is a sparkle. This one's chartreusey. You heard me. This one's more lemony, and this one's more like egg yolk yellow. But they're gorgeous, gorgeous colors. There's also, what I love about this are some russety reds into the browns. But the neutrals up here are what intrigue me because they're all warm neutrals, which means they'd be good for blushes. They'd be good for bronzers. I'm going to use them for my eyebrows. Now, the wig I'm going to have on for this look comes down on my eyebrows, so I don't have to do too much work with the eyebrows, but I thought for the sake of this palette and the wig, because it's a ginger wig match, I would use probably like this one and these two to do my eyebrows. And I'll probably use some of these to do some bronzing. But for the most part, I'm going to stick down here with the reds and pinks and yellows because I have a problem with reds and pinks and yellows. I don't know what it is. It took me a long time to get used to using pink in my makeup, and now I feel like reds and yellows together, I usually use one or the other, but like together, it's a bit of a challenge. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to start off with a slightly fluffy P. Louise brush. This is E16. And I am going to go into Sour. This is a beautiful little raspberry, like pale raspberry. Look, the thing is I'm getting ready to film an unboxing video, and the thing is for me, I cannot have a box in my presence unopened. It makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. So, crazier. It makes me crazier. So I wasn't even really planning to film today, because I'm in the middle of sewing, which means I'm also in the middle of filming my next That's So Wilma, but I'm making a huge, like, cloak, opera cape cover-up for Carlotta Carlisle here in Toronto. Because this is a Pride cover-up, it's all in the Pride colors, but we bought the same length of fabric in all 6 colors. So I have red, yellow, and blue, and then I have green, orange, and purple. And so what I'm having to do before I start even sewing is I have to create the pattern for these pieces to go together into this cloak. And you know, it's for a drag queen, so it has to be dramatique. And it'll probably also be on some outdoor Pride stages, which means they're big stages, which means they can take a big costume. And this costume is going to probably get hit by the wind and be like a big gay parachute, which means the minute the wind hits it, it's going to be quite the thing to look at. So I just want to make sure that we get everything in order, but because it's not a piece of fabric with the 6 colors on it, I have to organize, and I'm constantly like, I'm looking at the flag and going, okay, here's the gradation of colors, but which way are they going on the bottom? You know, like, it's hurting my brain. So I got a package from Saints, Angels, Sinners this morning. And I mean, let's just face it, I was looking for a reason not to sew today. It's Friday. I'm filming this on a Friday. But I will say this shade is gorgeous. It's just a lovely little raspberry shade that it's just blending out really well on its own. But I just love I love the Beauty Bay formulas. I know a lot of people take umbrage with their shimmers. I'm not reliant on shimmers. If a shimmer goes on and doesn't really shimmer, I'm okay with that. I'm a drag queen. I'll throw glitter on it. I don't need it to shimmer on its own. And in fact, I prefer palettes that are matte heavy. All right, I'm going to go into this a darker color. It's called Wine. I thought it said 9. It's Wine. It's this one right here. Just to start to darken out my crease. I'm going to use the same brush. I don't need to... The finale of Drag Race is on tonight. Very excited. I was hoping to do a season review of season 16, not like I usually do episode by episode, but just a review of the whole season as a whole. And I was going to do it with Wilhelmina Boxfart's my drag daughter, but she seems very busy, so I'm not sure if I'm going to film one on my own or wait about a week to do it with Wilhelmina. And especially with Pride coming, I'm doing a lot of sewing, which is weird for me. It's funny, I don't sew for a lot of drag queens. I like to. To tell you the truth, I really only like to sew for the drag queens I like. I like sewing for Carlotta Carlisle. She'll often send me a picture on Instagram of something that she's seen. And I just know, oh God, okay, we're going to be making that. But I'm always okay with it because sometimes it's like, ooh, I don't know what it is. Even when I was a kid, nobody in my family wore makeup or was fashionable. There was no glamour in my family as far as self-representation. Everyone in my family was basically very utilitarian. My aunt, for instance, my great aunt, my grandmother's sister, she had this one lipstick that she would literally, without even looking in the mirror, she'd just put it between her lips and do that and put it down. It was awful. It was awful on her, bless her heart. It's corally, very, I think it was frosted. I think she may have bought it in the 70s. I don't know. But it wasn't the right color for her. And if I had been a better gay nephew, I would have sat her down and explained why. But that's not the relationship we had. Not that we had a bad one, but she just wore makeup so rarely. I'm sorry, I just picked up this 283 from P. Louise. I'm using all P. Louise brushes today. I have so many of them, I thought today I'm going to I pulled them out specifically to use. And I'm just using this Bear to blend out what's going on. My grandmother never wore makeup, but she always had a hat and gloves on when we went shopping. I'm going to take this same color, same brush, and I'm going to go into this brown here, which is called Wham. Is that right? It looks like it wants me to say wank, but I won't. Warm. Warm. There you go. So I'm just going to use this to really just get into here. Yeah, I'm going to take this one here, which is called turmeric. Hold on. Yeah, turmeric. Oh, that's a pretty washed out turmeric if you ask me. But yeah, I'm just going to use that just out here. But I grew up in the East End, and then I've lived downtown Toronto, right near Yonge and Bloor. Toronto, I live in the gay village, actually. Really? Where? Who? I live just north of Church and Wellesley, which is the intersection of the gay village, the original gay village in Toronto. It's kind of broken up a lot. I think as gay rights became more prevalent and people felt less afraid of living outside of the downtown core. The gay village has become less gay. I mean, we still have gay bars and everything, but I just feel like the neighborhood isn't as gay as it used to be. I don't know. What do we think of this? Woo! I'm just going to take that P. Louise 283 again, and I'm just going to pick up more of that turmeric. I just want to blend this out in here. Just in here. I'm just going to take this E15. It's a slightly slanted, flat P. Louise brush, and I'm going to go into. I'm going to go into papaya and blend it out with spice. But we'll start with papaya because I like to fade out my eyebrows. So I've been in this apartment 12 years. I can't believe I've lived here that long. When I was young, I moved all the time. When I was with my mom, she was a nurse, and she moved us around a lot. I remember we moved. My brother was born in St. Catharines, and we moved from St. Catharines back to Toronto. When my mother had me, we lived at St. Clair and Bathurst, and then we moved to St. Catharines with my brother. St. Catharines is west of the city. It's closer to Niagara Falls than we are, and we lived there for a few years. My brother was born there, and then we moved back to Toronto. We stayed with my grandmother for a little while, and then my mom found an apartment, a bunch of apartments. We lived at the top of the street in an upstairs floor of a house. We lived down the street from there above a store. We moved across the street from my grandmother in a triplex, which was just literally 3 apartments, 1, 2, 3. Then we moved to the edge of Scarborough into Prestine Heights. St. Clair West we lived on Rexley Drive. And then we moved again we rented a bungalow there. Then we moved into an apartment on the basement floor. Then we moved to the 3rd floor of that building. Then we moved down down the street to a townhouse. Lots of places. So to think that I've been in this building 12 years amazes me. And now I'm getting evicted. Apparently, my building needs to be a condo. Apparently, there's a problem. They're going to solve it by making this building a condo because there's not enough. And I mean, what a drag. Ugh. I love moving. I want to be very clear. I love moving. I love it because it's like a purge, like I do that Sophie's Choice thing. It's like, what don't I want to carry? What don't I need in the new place? Or why do I still own this? So I really welcome moving. I usually have a huge yard sale when I move to sell off anything I don't want to carry. And oftentimes I make enough money on that yard sale to pay for my moving expenses. This time around, I don't think I'm going to have a sale. I don't think there's really anything that I want to get rid of. Although I do have a very large full guitar that I don't play near as often as I'd like to. But what I'd love to do is trade it for a ukulele. I'd love to teach myself the ukulele. It's just a smaller instrument. But in this apartment, I'm in Spice right now. Same brush. I'm just darkening up my brows. But because I'm being displaced, the building is helping us find property to move into, and oh God, apartments are so, like, I don't want to have to move out of the city, but it worries me that I might have to. but I'm seeing an apartment on Wednesday next week that's downtown, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I really want the apartment, but I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to ruin my chances. I'm now going to go into Conker. I don't know what that is, but that's it right there. But yeah, I'm excited. A friend of mine kind of tipped me off on an apartment that might be available in his building, and I got a call from them. I'm now going to go into wood right there. Not the black, but the brown, just to darken out the end of this eyebrow. But I'm excited to see this apartment. One of the things that excites me about it is it has a bedroom, which, you know, I haven't had a bedroom in over probably 20 years, probably at least 16 years. I'm excited too because a friend of mine lives in the building, in the complex. My drag daughter, Magnolia Sugarbush. Actually, I have to say, when they told us that the building was going to be torn down for condos, I was disappointed. Like I was disappointed because it's like, oh, I love my bachelor because even though it's a small apartment, the way it's set up is I have a hallway. So when you come in the door, there's like a hallway, and then you turn and you come into, there's still another hallway, like an L-shaped hallway. So at the one end of the hallway is the hall closet, and then there's a linen closet, and then you're in this room, and then my kitchen is on the other side of, like, the reason there's an L-shaped hall there is because my kitchen is right there, and then the bathroom is behind this wall. And I'm just going to cut my crease now with my P. Louise. But I like that. I hate apartments where you literally just get spat into the living room. Like you open the door and it's like, there's my apartment. You know what I mean? I kind of like the idea of a staging area, like a hallway or something. It makes the whole place feel more like a house, if that makes any sense. I don't know if the place has a balcony or not. I have a balcony, and being in a bachelor, I really love having the balcony, especially in the summer, because it's like having another room in the summer, like a living room outside. And when people come over, we love to sit out there because no matter how hot it is in the city, because my balcony faces north, and ironically, because there's so many other buildings built up around, I don't get a lot of full sun directly into my apartment. So even the balcony, it's not hot out there. And even on a hot day, it's quite cool out there. It's usually, you know, if it's not cooler, it's less humid for some reason. So now I am going to take this fabulous P. Louise brush number 234. Nice short fluffy. And I'm going to go into Sherbet, which is this lovely bright yellow. And I'm going to do my lid with this. That's beautiful yellow. Yeah, I quite like that yellow. I'm going to go into Daffodil, which is the chartreusier one, just to see how this does just here. See if it's much different. I don't think it is. I'm going to go into Pumpkin. Pumpkin! It's spelled pumpkin, but I always say pumpkin with an N. It's my favorite color, pumpkin orange. I'm just going to put this here. I'm just going to go into Autumn here just to kind of darken out this pumpkin a bit more. Now, I think that I'm going to go in with this black on the end, very lightly. I'm still using this brush, the E234. And I'm just going to touch the black like just once, just to get some of that in there. And blend this whole outer V. Yeah, just give it some depth. Do it again. The thing that's funny about downtown Toronto, at least where I am, and as I say, I'm right downtown, is a lot of the buildings around me, they all have balconies, but you're hard pressed to see anybody sitting out on them. It's really weird. Like, I don't understand how you wouldn't sit out on a balcony. I've always sat out on a balcony. I like to read out there. In the morning, I love to have like coffee and just watch the world. Now I'm on the 6th floor, so I'm not right at ground level, and when I'm sitting, I don't see anything. But I love to watch the birds go by, you know, stuff like that. I'm taking this P. Louise 283 again, not taking anything off it, but I'm going back into sour. I think that's what that was. Yeah, back into sour, and I'm just going to blend out this dark just a bit, so it's not too heavy. But I wish I faced the street, because then I could kind of like look over the balcony and watch the traffic go by. The street that I'm on, Isabella, is it's a good street because it's a throughfare in that a lot of people use my street to get over to like Mount Pleasant, to get up to the north of the city, like St. Clair, Eglinton, and that, but still in the city proper. And then you can continue on going east and then go across that bridge towards East York. And that's where the on-ramp to the DVP is. And so a lot of people in the downtown core come across Isabella. So on some days it can be quite busy. But for all of the traffic it gets, it's actually quite, it's quite manageable, or it seems to be well managed. I don't think people aren't too particularly aggressive. I mean, it's still a residential street. But, yeah, I'm loving that. Okay, so now I'm going to take yeah, this is a newer brush from P. Louise. This is number C1. This came in the You're a Slice, the pizza collection. It looked like it was in a pizza box, and there were 3 brushes in the pizza cutter container. This is one of them. It's a longer angled brush, but I'm going to use this, and I'm going to go into Sun, which is this beautiful yellow shimmer. But I'm gonna spray it, I think, just to see if I can get it. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to try this on the other side without spraying it and see if it makes much of a difference. No, I don't think that needed to be sprayed. I think that's pretty good. It's a crumbly formula, soft, but I don't have a problem with that. I think I'm going to go into this one here, which is Kisses. It's a pinky orange shimmer. And I'm just going to blend the 2 shimmers together with this into my outer corner. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm thinking, I just want to try this Sun with my finger and see if it makes much of a difference. I don't like using my finger because I have huge fingers. Tell your friends. I have huge fingers and they just don't really, there's no precision. Do you know what I mean? But I'm sorry, but it does work better. I keep blowing on the palette because it is a bit crumbly, like I am getting, especially with the shimmers. Not now that I'm using my finger, but when I used a brush, the shimmers all kind of crumbled. But pressing down with my finger is actually keeping them from doing that, which is another selling point on using your fingers. I'm just going to take that 234 again that has the black on it, and I'm going to go into black, but I'm also going to go into wine, and just again, just really darken that up. So Martha and Chloe sent me this palette for my birthday, and Chloe sent me also for my birthday the Sugar and Grunge palette that Blend Bunny just canceled, or anyway, it's not. They're not carrying it anymore. Some band apparently took umbrage with them using the word grunge, and even though lots of people use the word grunge, I guess they felt that they could battle some poor little indie makeup company and get some money out of them. And so the owner of Blend Bunny just was like, well, screw you. I'm just going to get rid of it. Discontinue. That's the word I wanted. She just discontinued it. So Chloe sent me that. And then Martha sent me the Revenge of the 80s from Creature Cosmetics, which I just did a Drag Queen approved video on. And that one is great. I love that. That was a surprise because it's a new company for me. But I know they both also sent me the Smoky Palette from Beauty Bay, which I love. I love it. Can't help myself. All right, now because there's a lot of tones in here that I think are good for the complexion as well, I'm going to use this to, I just want to, it's going to take, what is that called? Conquer on a fluffy, what is this? E20. Yeah, E20. And I'm just going to do some cheeks. I think I should use a bigger brush. Why am I using such a small brush? So this is P. Louise F28 angled. So I'll go back into Conquer. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I like to use bronzers for the top of my nose contour, just to make it like less dark. And then I have my favorite blending brush for contour is from Be Perfect. Sorry, BH Cosmetics. It's discontinued. It's this fan brush. I love this. This is one of the best brushes for contour blending. Now the wig I have today is it's the first wig Denise Journeau ever sent me. And it's a big Afro puffball. And I love it so much. I don't wear it very often because it comes quite low on my face, but because of that, I'm not going to worry about contouring my forehead or anything. I am going to take this brush again and I'm going to go into a warm just down here, and I just want to do my jawline a little, just so that there's an idea of where my jaw is under all of this. All right. Let me spray my face. I love spraying. I'm sorry. I don't really know how good or bad it is, if it helps or not. But I do enjoy spraying. I just think once you get all that powder on your face, you need something to kind of just moisten the desert. Sounds rude. But anyway, all right. So I am going to put on some eyeliner, blush, lippy, and my hair in a top, and I will be right back to let you know whether or not this is Drag Queen approved. And there's the finished look. Shut your face. I'm a new, fresh, springtime, gorgeous girl. Mwah! I don't know what I was trying to say. This is my favorite wig that Denise Journeau sent me. It was the first one, and there's a bit of a story behind it. This was the first and only wig she sent me, but then it got returned to her. Somehow or another, customs thought the box was huge. I mean, look at the size of this thing. I love it. But anyway, it got sent back to Denise, but it took forever for it to get sent back to Denise. And at one point, I said to her, oh, I think that there's some ground worker at the Toronto airport or the Denmark airport, I don't know where, but they're going around in a big old ginger afro. And then finally she got the wig back, and then she sent me a picture of it. And I wish I could find the picture. If I find it, I'll post it there. The wig came out of the box square. And I said to her, oh my God, if you send it back to me, don't tease it out, leave it square. I can't stand it. I loved it so much. But I got it finally from her, and it's just my favorite. I don't wear it that much because look how big it is. I have to pull the camera back and everything. It's just so much. But it is my favorite wig. I love to wear it. The other reason I like to wear it is because it kind of has bangs. I don't have to wear as much like makeup. I have my eyebrows on, but I don't have to contour my forehead as much. And it just, I don't know. I just love it. I think that it softens the edges. I look young and ready for a disco night at the club. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But this look was made possible today largely because of this fabulous palette from Beauty Bay, which Martha and Chloe sent me for my birthday, the Firey 2.0. I love it, which is surprising me because it's very orange and red. Now, the only color I didn't use, which I really wanted to, was this one here. It is called Upstick? That sounds rude. Upstick. Lipstick. That makes much more sense. This color here, this red, it's gorgeous. I wanted to use it, but I felt it was going purple heavy, and the red in that wouldn't work. But for the rest of it, I really enjoyed it. Also, the thing that I liked about this palette was I was able to do my bronzing with it. I used a lot of these tones up here. I was also able to do my eyebrows with it with some of these tones right here. The majority of the eye came from this area. I used the black and some of these darker colors for deepening my outer V. But all in all, I think the only thing that I used that isn't this palette was my P. Louise blush trio, which I got in a beauty box or a mystery box or a budget box or whatever the hell they're called. I haven't had one in years. But my favorite blushes are these blushes, and I think that's really the only other thing that I use, short of eyeliner and highlighter. Of course, the highlighter that I'm using is my favorite highlighter palette by Gourmande Girls. It is Bold and Brilliant. I'm almost done it. The silver, this one, which is my favorite, almost done. The only thing that I haven't used a lot is this darker one, but I actually used it on my shoulders today, just to bronze them up, because I think that's a good bronzy color for me. But the others, this is just a great one. If you have not got this highlighter palette, I highly recommend it. Is it Drag Queen approved? It totally is Drag Queen approved, because it is I think the best highlighter palette I've ever used, ever. It really is. It's all the right tones for me. The colors are, even the pink for the blush highlight. It is great. If you have not seen the Gourmande Girls website, I'm going to put a link down below to that palette particularly, because it's fabulous. Another thing that I want to talk about is the Rude Cosmetics Police Eyeliner Up. This is the silver one. They have 4 now. They just released a new one, which is a matte, which I should try. But I have had, I don't know if you know, if you follow me, you know, I've had the worst time with eyeliner. Expensive, not expensive. Pencils, gels, liquid. My favorite liquid, not in a pen form, is Black Radiance. They have a liquid liner that is spectacular. I love it. It's only $5 Canadian at Shoppers Drug Mart. It's fantastic. But this one for a pen is the best. I have been really loving this. I got this in a mystery bag, and it was part of an eyeshadow duo. And the eyeshadow palette was fine, but I gave it away because it was too neutral for me. But this I kept. It is totally Drag Queen approved, because but as far as this drag queen's concerned, I have not found even the NYX eyeliner pen, which everyone loves, which a lot of people say was a dupe off the Kat Von D eyeliner, which at the time that it came out was the best eyeliner. This is better. Rude Cosmetics. I actually should order another 1 or 2 or 5. Anyway, but that's not why we're here. We're here for this palette, the Firey 2.0. As I say, I did some contour with it, I did my eyebrows with it, I did a lot of bronzer with it, and I did my eye look. And I loved it. Everything blended well, nothing was a fight, I didn't have any fallout. There was some kick up in the pan, a little, and some of the shimmers were crumbly if I used a brush, but if I used my finger, they didn't crumble at all. And in fact, I think finger application is the best way to go with the Beauty Bay shimmer formulas. But that said, none of that's a problem for me. I think I look fantastic. It was easy to use, and I love that it was one palette. Everything kind of in there was usable in one go. I didn't have to have 5 or 6 palettes going. It was just this. I could use this for blush as well, but I didn't today. But because of all that, this palette is completely Drag Queen approved. Ugh. I think that it's a great companion palette for, I would say that if you used the Brights palette and this palette, you're covered. You're covered for everything. If you're on the road and you need 2 palettes that'll take you through a lot of events, those 2 will do it. They're big. You can get the smaller ones. I always get the 42s because they make my hands look smaller, but they come in a 16 and a 9 as well. And I have to say, I think that their sweet spot for these palettes is definitely the 16 pan palettes. There are shades in a lot of the 42 palettes that aren't, they may be a little close to each other, or they maybe are really like stretching to get 42 pans into the palette. But with the 16 pan palettes, that's the one, I think. If you're looking to try Beauty Bay, I would go with the 16 pan. But this 2.0, I don't even remember what the original Firey looked like. I'm sure that the shimmers weren't as good as they are in here. So I highly recommend this palette. I want to thank Martha for sending this to me. I want to thank Chloe for sending this to me. I got so much makeup for my birthday. I mean, I am done. I am good. I don't need any more makeup. But doesn't mean I don't want any more makeup. I just don't need it. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, why don't you do that? There are links in my description box to the Beauty Bay Firey 2.0 palette, the Rude Cosmetics Police Eyeliner Up pen, and the Gourmande Girls Bold and Brilliant Highlighter palette. If I think of anything else that I want to share with you, I'll put those products down below. Keep in mind, none of those palettes were PR. They're all gifts from a third party, like people that aren't associated with the company. I don't get, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I don't get any bonus for you checking them out. I just really, I think in the world of makeup, there's so many choices. And, you know, I'll tell you, if a palette's not great for drag, it doesn't mean it's not a great palette. But I'll tell you, if it's drag queen approved, then it's good for everybody. Everybody can use it. And I highly recommend that one. I also will put a link down below to Denise Cherneau's wigs. She is constantly making wigs. And these are so great. I love this one. Also, I will put a link down below to Aunt B, my nail whisperer. She created this lovely look to go with this top, actually. She was watching my channel for a little while, and then she started creating nails for all the tops that I have, which I loved, but also made me think I need to make more tops, which I'm going to be doing in upcoming episodes of That's So Wilma. Also down below in the description box, I have links to, if you want to support the Fingerdoo review. The best way to do it is to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a message. Leave a message. I answer everybody. If you let me know, do you have this Beauty Bay palette? It's a specific palette. I don't think that the Firey one is necessarily for everyone. But if you're a collector like I am, it's certainly one to have in the collection. Let me know if you have it, if you tried it, if you're thinking of trying it. Have you even heard of Beauty Bay? A lot of North Americans haven't. It's a British company, but it's a brilliant company. But yeah, leave me a comment down below. But if you'd like to support the Fingerdoo review a bit more, well, I have links in my description box for joining the Fingerdoo family on Patreon, getting Wilma merch off my Redbubble store, and leaving a tip-or-do through PayPal. You can also leave a tip-or-do through the YouTube thanks button, which is just below this screen. Shut your face. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you stay healthy. I hope that you stay happy. And until next time, miss me! Mwah! Seriously. I look so gorgeous, I can't even stand it. The freckles. I love the freckles.